Now back in Excel 102, we showed you how to make a basic chart. We're going to look at a couple of other chart types now. We're going to start out with a line chart, and we're going to make a chart of the class averages from the bottom of our Excel document, and we're going to do some basic formatting on it. Okay, so down here at the bottom, this is the area that we want to chart, C19 through L19. Now we were freezing panes, so I want to be sure we're in the right spot there, but we can scroll back and forth and up and down. Just be sure we have all of that selected. Now on our tabs here at the top, we're going to choose the Chart tab with that area selected, and now we're going to do the line chart. We already looked at the column, which is the same as the bar chart. We're going to look at the line chart, and we're going to make a basic line chart to graph our class averages. That kind of puts it right on top of our data. If I grab the frame, I could pull this down or to the side, wherever you want. Okay, now it's a little easier to read. It's not on top of stuff. The first thing I would like to do to clean this chart up, because it's pretty ugly looking, I'm going to notice I'm only charting one series of data. So the chart legend is probably not that important in this particular situation. So I'm going to click on it and hit the delete button on the keyboard. Alright, next I want to give it a little bit of a darker look, a little bit more of a high-tech look. So I'm going to go up here to the chart styles and scroll over until I find something I like. Now that looks better. I like this one with the green. Let's go with that because green will give us some good contrast. Alright, so that's looking a little better. Next, let's add a title, because data without labeling is not very good data. So we're going to go to the chart layout, chart title, and I'm going to put a title above the chart. And let's name this Assignment Averages. And I can click away. I actually want to click back on the chart to select it so I can do other stuff to it, but that sets up our title. Now to wrap it up, we talked about labeling our data. Let's look at the left side and the bottom. We've got a couple of other problems. First of all, when we look at charts, sometimes it can be misleading when we're looking at a chart, because you may have a chart that has a wider range of numbers and it might look less dramatic than mine. So I want to set it so this is a scale of 0 to 100, which represents all the possible values. And at the bottom, instead of just 1, 2, 3, 4, I'd like for this to actually label the assignments for me. And it's hard to chart that since the assignment titles weren't right beside the data. So we're going to do a couple of things here. First of all, we're going to go back to the Charts tab, and under Data, we're going to go to the Select button, and we're going to tell it what we want on the category X-axis labels. So I'm going to click this box, and now I can select C1 through L1 to give it the labels that I want, and then they pop up. So that adds those labels in. Finally, we're going to adjust this scale so that it looks the way that we want. So we're going to go back over to the Chart Layout tab, and under the drop-down box we're going to choose the vertical axis, and we're going to format that selection, and here it gives us options for minimum and maximum. I'm going to set the minimum to 0 and the maximum for 100, and then I'll click OK. So now we have a little bit better chart. Doesn't look quite so drastic. We have all the values represented, and we have all the data with labels. All right, let's, as usual, go to File, Save to save our information, and I'll see you in the next video.